The international weekend has come to an end in the world of rugby league. The England women defeated Wales. Savannah Andrade was out in LA representing Jamaica. But there was more international news for the Yorkshire United ladies as Bettie Lambert has joined the Ireland training squad. Betty, how are you first of all?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you.
Can I just ask, what is your connection to Ireland?
So it's mainly from my mum's side. So my granddad is from Ireland, and then my grand's from Northern Ireland, all her family. So it's from that side of my mum's family, which I get that from.
Don't know if you had a chance to see the squad, but I mean, are there any names on there that pop out to you that you've seen and go, oh, I know that person, or I'm going to get along with that person well, anything like that?
Yeah, so Chloe James, she used to play with York Ladies a couple of years ago. Haven't been on a pitch with her for a while, so I'm really buzzing that she's got on, and I can't wait to be alongside her again and playing games.
I'm just looking at that team. There's so much Super League quality talent in that squad. I mean, what are you hoping to achieve with this Ireland team? Is it about just getting the team going, or are you looking forward maybe to the next World Cup or getting some fixtures together? What's the plan? What's the ambition?
Yeah, so I think looking at the team, like there's a mixture between obviously Super League teams and Championship teams, and I think from the people that I can see and that I know from playing against them or hearing about them, I think it's going to be a really strong side. And although it's going to be newly formed and there's still the one that's going on for actual Ireland-based people that are going for this, I think it's going to be a really strong team, and hopefully, who knows, in a couple of years' time with that new World Cup in 2025, we can try and aim for that as well.
It'd be interesting to put together like a competition maybe in the future. Ireland, Scotland, perhaps Wales as a team now. Do you think that'd be sort of a nice little tournament going together, like a British Ireland tournament, something like that?
Yeah, definitely. I think especially after seeing Wales play against England, like you can see the teams are starting to form more. We'll have like the 4 teams for the UK, and then you'll have like almost like a 4 nations. So hopefully we'll see that coming through, and it would be good to see obviously the women's game growing to see if we can get these teams up and running.
You mentioned that, I mean, the growth of women's rugby league, to have an international calendar, I mean, that would be huge, because I know you look at England at the moment, it's very hard to find some games. They could play France, they could play Wales, but the rest of the teams are all the way, over in Australia, New Zealand. So it'd be great to have some more sort of local competition.
Yeah, and it'll be good to see these competitions as well. I think, like most people are seeing now, like the women's team's getting, like the sport is getting really competitive. So the way to better England is to have more games for them, and for Ireland, for us starting as well, to be able to have more sort of competitive competitions like local to us. It will really help us improve and get to where we want to be.
And just, for the fans who may not be aware of you, can you tell us a little bit about your story in rugby league? How did you get into the sport, and how have you ended up playing for the Yorkshire United in the Women's Super League?
Yeah, so I probably only started playing, I was about 15, 16 at school at Huntington. We did a couple of games here and there, and then I kind of went away from it. And then it wasn't until probably about 4 years ago that I rejoined when York City joined Super League. And then since then, obviously I've been coached by Daryl and Rollo, and they've been really helpful getting me to where I want to be. I never thought 4 years ago that you'd be saying that I could be playing at international level. It's come as a really big shock, and it's great to see that obviously the coaches have been there throughout my whole rugby sort of journey as well.
And have you enjoyed the last few months? Obviously the rise of York has been unprecedented, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really good, and like we're so grateful that all these people have come in. I betted myself as a player as well. Obviously I'm hoping to get even better, but the support from everyone, the fans, the coaches, everything, we've really bonded together, and it's going to be really good to see where we're going to be in a couple of years' time.